And welcome back. You're listening to Hysteria, the podcast for people who thought Bennifer was really going to make it this time. Love is dead. Time to get to Sandy Petty. I'm going to go first because mine is like compelling and unhinged. I think I was recently introduced to a theory that Donald Trump needs glasses and doesn't want to get them. And since having that theory given to me, I have really become convinced that it's the truth. Exhibit A. The font on his Make America Great Again hat that he wears is suddenly big, like an old person's font on their phone. And I think it's because when he watched himself on TV, he couldn't read it as well. Because it's not that big on other MAGA hats, just on Donald Trump's hat. He's got the big font hat. So I think someone was like, all right, Donald, yeah, you're right. The font was smaller. So the second thing is when he gave that press conference that was really just him like rambling for a while about like buying a pound of cereal or some other like dumbass thing. You know what I'm talking about. It was like a couple weeks ago. And he delivered this like incoherent mess in front of a table with groceries on it. And he was reading a speech, but he was using his finger to follow along on the speech. Now, we do know that Donald Trump is a stupid man who doesn't like to read. But I think the following along with the finger was a tell that he was having trouble seeing it. Yeah. I think he's having trouble seeing.
Oh this maps. Pete Davidson said he couldn't read the script, basically, on SNL. I remember that.
Yeah. I think he
works.
needs glasses, and he squints all the time too. And it's like that's an unnatural way for a person to just hold their eyes. You know, I think Donald Trump desperately needs glasses. He can't really see very well, but he doesn't want to wear them because can you imagine him wearing glasses? He would look so bad in them.
Well, and he's 78, right?
Yeah, he's a gazillion years old.
If you go out to dinner with someone over 45, they pull out readers to look at the menu. Like, it's like he definitely needs reading glasses.
There's no way you have 20/20 vision at like 77, right?
No,
Right.
from eating
Well, my
cheeseburgers.
parents just got cataract surgery, and now they have 20/20 vision.
Wow.
Yeah.
Humble
Together,
brag.
my dad has worn glasses my whole life. I've barely ever seen him without glasses, and now he doesn't wear them
Did they
anymore.
do like a BOGO?
Yeah, it was like like a couple's massage.
Like a Groupon.
Yeah,
They got a Groupon
They're like,
for
flip
it.
that eye open. Yeah.
Kara and I did get a couple's massage once
Yes,
that was
we
meant for
did.
her and her husband in a room together.
Oh, did you hold hands?
My husband bought it for me for my birthday, and I brought you.
Yes.
It was a courtesy of him.
Yes,
Oh,
thank
wow.
you.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
We went on a Mexican vacation that was meant for me and my husband.
Oh, okay.
And I posted so many pictures of your
my
child.
baby.
Now you get to post a ton of pictures of her child.
Oh yeah, I've got a
tit for tat.
Conrad dedicated fan page.
Yeah.
Absolutely, an album.
Con. It's for
Yeah.
all Conrad's fans to come
well,
together.
they already had that. Conrad
We have
Con.
an annual con.
Oh, right. I missed it this time. I forget what I
I
was.
know, you were creating a life.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I was like hugely pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay, Josie, Sanity Corner or I Feel Petty or some combination thereof?
My I feel petty is the fact that I don't think parents should be allowed to get involved in their college children's business once their children go to school. So I don't know if you all saw, but there are these posts on from Facebook, like freshman groups. I think the one I saw was from Purdue, where all these parents.
I've seen
Where
that.
I went, oh no.
I've seen that too. It's parents posting about
Parents
it.
posting like, oh, my son's roommate is playing Xbox all night, or like had a girl over and he's an introvert, and I reached out to the RA, but the RA hasn't gotten back to me. And it's like, you have got
Oh my
to
God.
relax. Also, all of them,
This is very Indiana.
all of them are mothers of boys. There's not a single person
Oh
who's
God!
like, my
This
daughter.
was one of my Sandy Petties one time. This was my I Feel Petty once. Was #boy mom.
Oh my God. The hashtag boy mom
Like,
thing makes
I
me
can't.
furious.
Yeah.
So,
livid.
like, that is very Indiana. Purdue also has a 2-to-1 male to female ratio because it's an engineering school, it's an agriculture school. So it is a lot of introverted, smart men that do not know how to stand up for themselves.
And that's like normal. I'm like, you are going to college, you're adjusting. Your mom has got to get off the internet.
Is this like an extension of helicopter parenting?
Yes,
You think
I
that
think.
it's just like because the way that my mom could not have given an absolute shit what happened to me the day I went to college.
I'm like, did my parents
I was
even know where I was
17.
in college? I have no idea if they even knew where I was.
She didn't even know.
Right.
Yeah, she had no idea if I went to class.
Right.
What my roommate was doing. Nothing.
Oh my God. I didn't have a cell phone my freshman year.
I didn't have a cell phone until my senior year.
If they wanted to get in touch, they had to call the room phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's how, and yeah, it was.
One guy had a cell phone and we called him cell phone guy.
I actually think this like
I'm
kind
90.
of ties back to what the topic was of like we just have so much more access to, and I'm seeing so many long posts about dropping the kids off at college in a way that I'm like, oh, I didn't know that this was such a massive, and of course it is. Your kid is leaving the house. That obviously is like a giant change, but people really like mourning it, grieving it, lean on your support system, which is all like great things, but it's like that used to happen and we didn't know it.
Yeah. Well, and teachers have constant access too. Like I have definitely noticed that anytime I would get a message from my kid's teacher that's like, I had to ask him to do something twice today or whatever. Stuff that I'm like, thank you for telling me because I do want my kid to be well behaved and I will be having a conversation with him about this. But if you didn't have this app, there's no way you would like call me tonight and tell me that because it would just be weird, right? It's like so easy. The other thing I keep seeing people do is decorate their kids' dorm rooms. Have you guys seen the crazy decorated dorm room?
Oh my gosh. Well, the Housewives is where I first saw that.
So bananas.
Okay, Megan, do you want to go next?
Yes. I know a lot of people have been mourning the end of the Olympics. So I have some viewing for you, which is the U.S. Open. Now, it's tennis, but it's like so fun, so joyful. Wimbledon, they have to wear all white. At the U.S. Open, they are serving looks. Naomi Osaka is in like bows. It's really beautiful. And the Americans, if you want to root for them, have some very, very promising talent. I love Francis Tiafoe. He's from the DMV area. The American women are always like up, will make the finals. So you can even be patriotic about it, but it's on during the day. So you can like have it on in the background. There's always really funny celebrity sightings there. They're like, Ben Stiller's clapping. It's like, get a camera on him. And
give him a camera.
Give him a camera. And so, yeah, if you're like, oh, I'm missing the Olympics, but I don't want to dive fully into college football and the NFL, I think the U.S. Open is a really nice little way to dabble in daytime sports viewing that feels really wholesome and beautiful.
You know what else is happening right now? The Paralympics.
The Paralympics,
Oh,
yeah.
They're starting Wednesday the 28th, and you can watch them on Peacock.
Yeah.
So there's actually like a lot of wholesome, like U.S. Open, great. Paralympics,
Let's do it.
amazing.
I love the U.S. Open, and I'm not a sporty person, but I really love tennis.
Yeah, you can tell what's going on based on the grunting alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
She's trying.
Juniper said she wants to play tennis, and I can't. She's too little, but I like those little
She's
kids.
close.
Maybe get her started on pickleball.
No.
Smaller rackets.
Shut up. Close your mouth.
Wait, we hate pickleball?
I'm posting your kid's social security number after this.
So people can take their bank accounts.
Yeah, they're gonna apply for loans and stuff. Okay, Kara, Sanity Corner or I Feel Petty.
Okay, so this is a little bit of a combo, and I feel weird saying this, but I have been so drawn in against my will to the It Ends With Us drama. I have been, I don't know what happened on Instagram, but Instagram was like, you're interested in this. And I was like, I am. I would never read that book. I when the movie trailer came out, I go, who is this for? Like, I truly was like, who's going to go watch this movie? And I didn't I didn't realize that like Colleen Hoover was such a phenomenon or whatever, but I would say like the Sanny part is like I'm sort of just like enjoying that, but then the petty part is why am I enjoying that instead of focusing on the point of the movie, which is to highlight domestic violence, and I feel like this has overshadowed the whole thing. And now they all have crisis PR teams. I feel like a puppet. They've marketed me for it, and now I'm like, one day I'm like, Blake is at fault. The next day I'm like, maybe this guy is bad. I don't know what to believe, and I feel petty about it. I don't know. I'm like, and then when people started to be like, oh, I was really hoping this movie was going to highlight the plight because the book really helped me leave my abuse. I was like, oh wow, we're all missing the thread completely. Like,
it seems a little bit like because it sprung up for me too. It was like, hey, you want to know all about this, and like, what about that time Blake Lively did this, and what about the time Blake Lively did this, and like a lot of the stuff that people are pulling up, I'm like, I was writing on the internet during the time that she got married at a plantation. I was like writing on the internet when she tried to launch her lifestyle brand that didn't work. Like, and
it was called like Antebellum or something weird.
It was called Preserve. It was called Preserve.
Preserve, right?
Yeah, which preserve what? Like, I don't know. Whatever you're doing to your skin, it has been preserved. Like, I remember, like, she was a subject of blogs being like, oh, Blake Lively.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to be like, you young Gen Z people, I was there when the Black Magic was written about Blake Lively. It now just feels like a highlight reel of stuff that it's like, we done been knowing. Yes, exactly. We already freaked out about this.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just talking to somebody. Oh, no, we were talking about this on my podcast where we were like, you know, in interviews where they'll be like, Blake Lively is the funniest person you'll ever meet. And you're like, no, she's the funniest of 3 people that are friends with each other. Like, there is just no way that she's a super funny person.
Like, hot blonde actress. Maybe.
Yeah,
the
but the
one
way
Golden
that
Globes
she's
table.
in interviews trying to like be really like hilarious and sarcastic and like edgy and not really treating the subject matter with any kind of respect, I'm kind of like, the fact that you're making me think that maybe a man is telling the truth, I'm upset.
Yeah. All right. That's all the time we have for this week's episode of Hysteria.